Sometimes it can be hard to know which facts out there to believe and which are completely false. Today we're gonna talk about the top 5 most commonly believed myths in the fish keeping hobby. My name is Jennifer and you are watching Fishy Pet Keeping. Stay tuned. Myth number 5. Fish grow to the size of the tank. This is a long-lived myth that is partially true though, but the truth in it isn't really pleasant at all. When a big fish is put in a too small of a tank, their bodies will stop growing, but their organs will keep growing. And this will make the fish to become stunted, which in turn drastically shortens their lifespan. A good example of this is the goldfish, which is commonly put in fish bowls. Goldfish get big and they can live around 20 to 40 years. Sadly though, most goldfish don't even make it to 5. Now if you're considering getting a fish for your kid, don't go for the goldfish, since they require a large aquarium and they require a lot of maintenance, because they eat a lot and they poop a lot. Go for other fish, like Daniels for example. They are active, they are easy to keep, hardy, and also really fun to watch because they are so active and they're all over the place. One bulletproof fish to me is the zebra Daniel. I had them before and I absolutely love them. So yeah, a school of Daniels is a better choice. Myth number 4. If you have an algae eater, you don't need to clean your tank. This is common sense to most people, but some people still believe that some algae eaters, like for example plecos, eat algae, dirt, and even the fish's poop. And this is false. Sure, your algae eater will eat some species of algae off your tank, depending on what type of algae eater you have. I personally have a Gibiceps, also known as the leopard pleco or the sailfin pleco. But he is a pooping machine. I don't know if it's a he or a she yet. So he eats algae off the glass of my aquarium behind me right here and off some decorations and plants. But in return, I have to change the water more often. So you still need to do water changes even if you have an algae eater, because frankly, plecos, especially plecos, are dirty fish. So you will need to change your water more often than if you don't have a pleco. Number 3, you need to change all of your water and disinfect everything in the tank. This can in fact be a dangerous myth. You don't need to disinfect everything in the tank, take it out every time and boil your substrate. In fact, you shouldn't. Because if you boil your substrate and disinfect everything, then you kill off that healthy bacteria that your aquarium has cycled and created. And the fish, they need this healthy bacteria to thrive and also fight off infections. I always recommend to do a maximum of 50% when you're doing a water change. And you're practically, if you're changing everything, then you're practically starting the nitrogen cycle all over again. If you want to know more about the nitrogen cycle, I'll put a video up here. In the aquarium hobby, less is more. And you're probably relieved to hear that, because that means you don't have to do so much. And when you're cleaning out your sponge, for example, in your filter, then you can take out the sponge and fill a bucket with aquarium water and rinse it out in there, so you don't risk losing that beneficial bacteria. Number 2. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. I mean, how smart would goldfish be if they had a 3-second memory? They wouldn't even know how to eat. I mean, think about it. If goldfish had a 3-second memory, how would they know it's feeding time when you throw some food in there? The memory of a goldfish is actually very impressive. They can remember things for up to 3 months. Some people even teach them tricks in exchange for a treat. It's super cute to watch. Now, almost every single animal can learn tricks. And how does it work? Survival instincts. If an animal gets something positive for doing something specific, they will keep doing it. And if they don't get that positive reward afterwards, they won't do it. You can even teach cockroaches tricks. And the number 1 myth: if the water looks clean, then it is clean. Now, as someone who works in a store, I've heard this a lot. Many customers come in and ask me why their fish may die or so. And I ask, what are your parameters? And they ask, I don't know, I haven't tested. Well, the water looks clear, so it must be clean, right? It's not that easy, unfortunately. The parameters could be out of sync. Parameters they don't have any color. So if you don't test your water, then you could be having an ammonia or nitrite spike without even knowing. That's why it's so important to test your waters, especially if you're a beginner. This is detrimental for both your fish and yourself, because if you have fish that keep dying every few weeks and you don't have no idea why, it makes you want to quit this hobby. But having a water test kit and test it maybe weekly or bi-weekly, it can save your fish's lives, literally, and it can really save you from dropping out of this hobby out of frustration. So this was the top 5 most commonly believed myths in the fish keeping hobby. Did you learn anything new? Did you not know about anything or any facts? Did you believe any of these myths before this video? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like this video. I will see you in the next video. Bye!